you have your spiritual own belief systems, and it doesn't matter, because truth is one parts of many. Believe in that guru within you. And that's what he kept on telling us. Everybody has a guru within, like Marcus Aurelius says. Go deep in. I'm just here as an example. But you have to find your voice in the wilderness. Because if you're fearful of your own voice, how are you ever going to grow? Don't be fearful of your own voice. Voice what you need to, because then you learn, then you get the answers. So that's what it reminds me of. So let's get to a little work on meditation on forgiveness. Although I think most of you already know how to do this. So the question that you have to ask yourself, you get your notebooks. The question is there something in your life that keeps coming up, that keeps you angry? When it comes up, it triggers you. It causes a negative reaction. Something that somebody may say or do, and boom, it causes your mind to think negative. It causes you to freeze. Think of something that makes you feel like that. And if there's nothing except that too, you're blessed. And then I want you to think about, do you choose peace or you choose staying drowned in that thought? It's a choice. What do you choose? Do you want peace or do you want control over that person or that situation? Do you want to control the situation or do you want peace? You have a choice. And if you choose, how many choose peace? How many choose peace? And if you don't choose peace, ask yourself, why? Don't criticize yourself. Just ask, why am I not choosing peace? It's important to ask yourself why. There's a reason why. If you feel you're not ready to forgive yet, there's a reason for it. There's still more you have to learn. So don't be angry with yourself. But ask yourself, what is causing it? And if you go back again to what Jung said, to what Shivoham is, then you realize, it's just my ego wanting to control. It's just control. I want to control this person, or I want to control this situation. I want to control this. I want this out of my life, but it's in your life. Whether you like it or not, you cannot control it. Ask yourself. You can't control that. And how many times have I said it? You know, I used to do that before yoga. Please change, please change, please change, please change, please change. All I did is knock my own head. And gave myself literally a headache. Because you can't change anyone. And you know one of my favorite prayers, Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom, grant me the wisdom. And when my mind couldn't decide on the wisdom for many years in my journey through forgiveness, it didn't happen overnight. Yes, I did all the work, but it took time. It does take time, but start now. And by 10 years, because it did take me 10 years, it took me 6 months to forgive. But it took 10 years, but when that thought came up, it didn't affect me at all. It was like, you mean I took so long to let this go? Am I crazy? You know, how dumb was I? But at that time I didn't know. I needed the journey of learning. I needed that journey to know how long it would take. I needed to be truthful to me. That's what I needed, to be truthful. So it's not about denying, it's not about forcing, it's literally about letting go. And sometimes the soul is just not ready because the soul has a journey, still has a journey. Some more learning, some more pain. So never judge yourself. Just know it's that way forward. So now you can see, right? So once you can see it, then you need to look at it. For example, I'll give you an example because that's how I started. Somebody had caused me a lot of harm in my life, and when my first retreat with Gurudev, I said to him, I don't even use these words anymore. It's strange to think I was that person. I said, oh, I hate this, and this person hurt me, and complaining to my guru, right? And then he goes, Nalanie, you need to forgive. I go, Nalanie, you need to forgive. But Gurudev, you don't understand, I can't. This person is horrible, it's evil, Nalanie, you need to forgive. And then I go, I can't. And then he goes, do you want peace? But do you want peace? But do you want peace? Yes. Then you don't have a choice. Simply, you don't have a choice. I burst out crying at that point because I was letting go. I realized he was right. I don't have a choice if I want peace. I have to let go. Then the question was, how do I do it? How do I get rid of this stuff that's in me? This nonsense. How do I do it? And he said one of the answers is purify your mind. What did that mean even? Fill it with good thoughts. That's simply in today's language, fill it with good thoughts. Don't focus on the negative. Pratipaksha bhavana. Focus on the good. But then he said, okay, now what I want you to do, he was kind to me. He said, every day before you start your meditation, I want you to think of this person, cover them in light and bless them. I said, oh my God. It would make me a hypocrite, right? Because I wouldn't. I don't believe that. So I'll be a hypocrite, Gurudev. I don't want to be a hypocrite. He said, in the beginning, you will feel a hypocrite. Just keep repeating it. What do they call this today? And also neuroscience, neuroplasticity. Right? Science is coming up with the same thing. What did Patanjali call it? For a long time, without a break. Keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. The brain will get the message. It'll get the message. Your soul is in charge. You are in charge of your brain. Brain is only an instrument. So, he said, bless this person every day. Just before your meditation. So I did that. And of course the first week was troublesome because ego. I have to be right, they have to be bad, I have to be good. You see how small-minded I was? Little did I know that they were really the blessing in my life to teach me forgiveness. Without them hurting me so much, I wouldn't have learned how to forgive and let go. I didn't know that then, so I was struggling with this. And within 2 weeks, I think, it just became quite easy to do, visualize something,
2 weeks is fast.
Yeah, 2 weeks, I found it easy to do. I did it, but I did it every day for 6 months, and I was very lucky. While I was doing it, I was not in the presence of that person. That was the secret. Because if I'm in the presence of that person, I couldn't do it. It's like when people have divorces, and they try to be nice to each other, and they see each other every day, it doesn't work, huh? They have to cut. They have to cut because first they get on, hey, yeah, we're really doing it, and then more time passes. When it comes to the finances, oh my God. Suddenly from doing it so nicely, there's anger, there is hate. Where did that nicely go? I've seen it all the time. So you need to be away. And I said, just stay away. Do the necessary, say the least. Oh, but they're calling me up on the phone swearing. And I said, don't swear back, just say, I'm busy. Close the phone. You're not happy? See the lawyer. Close the phone. Do not react, but this is the way to do it, otherwise you get caught in the vicious fire and suffer. So anyway, so I did this practice, and within 6 months, I saw the person, and I was shocked. I didn't feel hate anymore. That word hate had gone out of my vocabulary. Do you know how freeing that is? Do you know, I saw this person, and Barry, what you said, a wave of compassion ran through me. A wave of compassion. Because by doing that practice and thinking good thoughts instead all the time, I could see why she was suffering the way, and why. I realized where her jealousy towards me came from. I realized she actually thought I was much luckier than her. And she wanted to destroy me. But in my case, I had one step further to go. It was family. Okay?
Yeah.
If it's not family, I would advise, feel compassion, walk away. Don't go there. Don't go there. You don't need to be a friend. You don't. That's pushing it too far. Okay? In my case, I had no choice. It's, if I don't heal the wound in family, then it goes everywhere. You know, one bad apple makes the bunch bad. I do not want to be responsible. If she wanted to be responsible, that's on her shoulders. But I didn't want to live to think that I made my family miserable because I refused to forgive. I couldn't live with myself if I did that. I would cause too much harm. So what happened, first was that, I just compassion, and then every time I was in that person's company, I learned the secret of mantra chanting. Okay, so for example, this person, I can feel the negative vibes towards me. My brain was doing Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Why was it doing it? Because I had trained it. So I actually locked this ear and literally felt the mantra coming through this ear. So I'm nodding my head, hearing the mouth move, so I wouldn't say anything hurtful. Now I could do this for a little while, but come 20 minutes and it's still moving, my energy would get low, because negative energy is very powerful, right? So what did I do? At that point, when I know I could no longer deal with this, I stood up and go to the ladies' room, or I have to leave, or go somewhere else, talk to somebody else. But I knew I had to solve the problem eventually, because this person was in my life a lot. So this is what happened within the first 6 months. And then I got better and better. Then I realized 2 years later that complete healing would have to happen. And how would complete healing happen? Now I was stronger after 2 years of practice. Now I really felt compassion, and I really knew my goal was peace. I really knew that. And I really understood she was there to teach me the peace. She had become my guru. So confrontation was the next step, okay? So I asked for a private meeting with her. I rehearsed it in my head over 30 times every day with my meditation practices, how I would react if she reacted negatively. Because you don't know. She could really be positive too. I saw both scenarios in my head. So I went to talk to her very strong in my grounding that I am speaking to this person who appears as my enemy, but is really Shivoham, part of the consciousness, as much as I am. Training. Part of the consciousness as much as I am. And as that consciousness, she has chosen this role. And then I told her, I started off with responsibility. I am sorry, and this is where the ego takes over, right? You have to be really that baby. I am sorry if I have caused you to be so angry with me. If I have done anything wrong, please forgive me. But I also have to tell you that you doing this, and this has broken the family up and caused a lot of pain First thing she said, it's all your fault. I said, I accept my fault. I accept my fault. But this is how I feel about you. And then she said, da 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 da. And I go, I just come here to make peace. It's obvious that you still see me as the evil one. I accept your version of me. And in that case, you have given me freedom. Because now you don't have to like me. And I don't have to like you. But I need to love you because you're part of the family. And we don't have to be together so much. We won't hurt each other anymore. Done. She gave me freedom. I was so grateful. She gave me freedom. Fast forward another 2 years. That's why I said it did take eventually 10 years. I didn't go into no more trying to be the peaceful one. I did my work. I didn't need to try anymore. I stepped away. Not my problem anymore. Exactly what you were doing. Just go away now. Done. But then she started calling me 4 or 5 years later, I think. I was doing yoga, a lot more yoga. I was starting to teach. I was starting giving talks in Hong Kong, which my sister organized. And so, oh, I heard you did this talk. May I come to the next one? Sure you can. Everybody's welcome. And over the years and before she died, she said to me, please, please, I know you're the only one who pray for my soul. Will you please pray for me when I'm gone and pray that my soul finds peace? I trust you only. I didn't try anymore. When you let go, the truth comes out. Sometimes we try too hard. We try too hard. I did the truth thing. Done. We don't, but then when somebody comes back with that kind of asking, you're kind. And you give them compassion. But one thing you will know, because wisdom and the wisdom to know the difference, you will know that wisdom is never getting too close again. That is wisdom. But you can love. And you can pray for that person. And you can really mean it. Because it's sincerely from your heart. Because you have realized at this point that forgiveness is a process. It's a process. And even if it's 10 years, okay, I was 40, and by the time I was 40, well, I started at 39, by the time I was 49, I was 100% free. And because I could do that one person, everything else became easy. Easier. I mean, there were times, when I went through that bad time, but I had to stay up the whole night praying that I would forgive. Literally, it's happened to me 3 or 4 times, and people I really love have caused me such damage, and I just had to sit up the whole night asking that I forgive and not think bad thoughts. So I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but that heart is worth it. That's all I'm saying. So the contemplation in the meditation is what I'm trying to show you. So no point meditating and hoping everything is going to go away. You have to get to the, this is the root. People meditate and they go, I can't stop that. No, because you've got to go to the root of the problem and the root of the healing. To remember who you are. You are soul, you are spirit. Do you really want to be like that monk when he dies and have those evil thoughts in your mind? Or do you want to be like that prostitute and have beautiful thoughts in your mind? Because you will go to that vibration when you go. And all scriptures speak of this. Not only the Hindu scriptures, every single tradition you will see will call a priest or somebody in at the moment of death. Why? Because in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever you think at the moment of your death is where you will go. But if you're full of anger at the moment of your death, you can't, if you are sick, you cannot change your way of thinking. Too hard, because you need energy to do it. You can only do it when you're healthy and well. Sick people, once they're sick, they cannot do it anymore. You know how much energy sickness takes from your body. Unless you've got a partner who's there with you, constantly raising your spirit. And then that partner might like to have rest time, a lot of rest time, because that partner may be dragged down too. I mean, this is the reality of the situation. So it's really important to surround yourself with that kind of positive energy and that knowledge. Be your own guru. And this is the teaching. Be your own guru. This is the meditation. Where do the answers come from? Trust them. If they are based in love and kindness, trust them. And keep asking yourself, what do I want in the last days of my life? What do you want? What do you want? Peace? Pain? What do you want? Don't you want to enjoy all the beauty of the earth? To look at the garden, to walk in here and to see beautiful faces and not have one negative thing in your mind, to wake up in the morning. You don't even have to think, I should be grateful. You are. Do you see? To change the I should to I am. I am. I am. But of course, just saying that affirmation, I am peaceful, I am peaceful, I am peaceful, doesn't work because you're literally lying, right? So you really need to feel the peacefulness. In order to do that, there is the process of blessing. That is grace. Use your grace to bless those who hurt you. But wisdom to stay away. You're on the path because you can see it.
Yeah.
So we accept it. And seeing that is painful because, to see, you think, for example, for me, I thought I was a good person till I sat down, meditated, and realized, oh no, I have all these awful thoughts. I can't be a good person. Do you know? It's quite painful. So you kind of avoid seeing yourself sometimes. And then ego comes up there too. But I'm forgiven. So why am I going to do this? I'm not going to do this. I'm forgiven. That's the ego again, right? So if it comes up, means you still need to work on it. Not yet time.
Question. How do you deal with a person who is hurting someone close to you without interfering?
Do you know, if you want to go that further step, if you want to go one step further, what you're doing is actually the right thing. Because you need to. But what's happening at the same time? And you're so clear. You are so clear. You said, but I have this. This.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. This is also affecting your energy field. Okay? It does. Because
Yes.
Nowadays it's very fancy. I'm building boundary. I'm building my boundary. Hello? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Me time.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not even positive, do you see? It harms your heart. So the further practice is exactly what I did, to go to the point where you really don't even have to do that. You know what? This person's not well. She's come into my life to show me the depth of my emotions. Of course I feel this way and I'm justified because she's hurting a good friend. I don't need to deal with her, but I don't need to keep her resentment in my soul. So I need to go one step further. I need to, in my soul, she never has to know this because she would never appreciate it. In my soul, I have to bless her. Just wish her well and be on her way. Wish her well, be on her way. No boundary. A letting go rather than a resistance. It's a difference. That is the meditation, the talking about forgiveness and going to the depths of forgiveness. And now you go home and you do your own work because, as he said, the temple is in you. As St. Paul said, don't you know? You're all God's temples, right?